Hello, it's day 153, and I want to talk about food rewards. When I was a little kid, I was often rewarded with food. I was given things like candy and soda anytime I did what I was supposed to do. And I also grew up during the time frame of like Pizza Hut's book club, where, if you read a certain number of books, you're rewarded with your own personal pan pizza. The mid 90s was really rife with these fast food chains rewarding students, typically for doing well academically, with food from their chains. And as a teacher now, looking back, I can kind of see why parents and teachers back then were okay with these sorts of deals being struck with fast food chains and food makers, because it does make sense in a very roundabout way. Back then, they were teaching us nutrition as there are certain things that you don't want to eat too much of. Certain foods that are, yes, they're out there, but you want to avoid them typically. So, in that sense, you can have it if it's a special occasion. If it's a special moment and you've done really well, then it's not that big of a deal, not really. But as a little girl who was developing an eating disorder all throughout the 1990s, I really don't think that the people who were striking those deals understood the kind of effect that it would have on certain kids. For example, as an adult, I still think of certain foods as special occasion foods. I can only eat pizza on Fridays. I can only drink soda on weekends. So when those moments come around, I have to overeat those foods to make the most of the moment. It doesn't make sense when you put it out there like that, but in a disordered mind, it does make sense. I've been trying to break free of that mindset in two ways. One, I've been trying to eat those foods when I crave them, not necessarily on a time schedule. So if I want pizza, I don't have to wait till Friday anymore. I can have pizza on like Monday morning if I want it. Not to say that I do want it, but it's not off limits now. I can have soda on a weekday. It's not just a weekend thing. It's not something that is forbidden at one point and like totally fine at another. And even more so, I'm no longer rewarding myself with cheat days. Cheat days, I think, are one of the most damaging parts of diet culture. I think that people should really just eat what they want when they want and stop when they're full. That's an intuitive eating mindset, and trust me, I'm not very good at the stopping when you're full part, but I'm getting better. And the other way I'm trying to combat this is by coming up with other ways to reward myself. It used to be that I would save all of these special little snacks for Friday. When the weekend rolled around, ooh, special things. Now I'm trying to create like special situations. For example, I figured out how to hook my earbuds up to my TV, so now on Fridays I will watch an episode of my favorite show. Where nobody can hear me and I'm all alone with my earbuds in and I can have it as loud as I want, explosions everywhere, and nobody's gonna wake up. I do this at like late at night when everybody else is asleep. It's my own special little secret, and it feels like a reward to me. Now that's not to say that there's no food during these times. Like last week when I did this, I drank lemonade while I was watching my show. But the food is not the point. The food is not the reward itself. It's part of the moment, but it's not like the focal point. During the week, I'm thinking about my show, what's going to happen on the next episode. I'm not thinking about the lemonade. And this is one of those situations where I do wish that I had more people in my life who actually were trying to move toward fitness in the same way that I am, because I want to hear what other people do to reward themselves. Do other people reward themselves with food the same way I used to? Do other people like make events or things that they do? I know a lot of people reward themselves with alcohol at the end of the week. But I don't know. What do you guys do? Do you do anything special to reward yourself? Does it involve food? You gotta let me know. I still feel like I'm a very long way away from having a good relationship with food. I'm having a better time having a good relationship with myself, at least, so I guess progress where progress can be made.